Telling somebody they're succulent is inappropriate, so please don't use that language. Thank you. If you want to be around here. I know it's like lines, the 999 portal and all, but this is called respect and boundary, okay? If you don't have boundary, then people will keep pushing the boundary, and then you lose yourself because you let people treat you a certain way. Welcome, Carolina, Lila. Welcome, Brother Huma. Yeah. That's weird. It's callings. Is that how we're starting? Thanet, you're succulent. Not cute. Help for CPTSD. Yeah, meditation helps you to dissolve. It's not just one thing, it's your whole wellness life, right? One meditation alone isn't gonna fix it, but it's a huge catalyst for healing because it helps you to dissolve the past that triggers you. Because you can't really get rid of like memories. You're gonna remember stuff, but the memories don't have to trigger you for sure. Welcome everybody. Picky, get your roll on. Everybody get your roll on. Everybody get your roll on. What? Welcome Erica, Litia. Yeah. People love to test it, you know. When you're nice, people like to test your boundaries a lot because you're nice. And so some people be like that. Welcome, Ashleen. I guess it's kind of hard to read the text with me wearing light colors, huh? Oh, my singing bowl mallet just delivered. Let me get my... Being told you have a calming energy leads to suddenly being responsible for everyone. I mean, not necessarily. If you have boundaries, like sometimes you're not ready to deal with people. You don't have to. You just have to say. Now the thing is, the consequence of being peaceful is the world needs you. But sometimes you're not ready to serve, right? Whenever I was doing ASMR, a lot of people on Twitch, a lot of people came to me telling me they have self-deletion thoughts. I'm like, am I qualified for this? You know what I mean? Well, why aren't they going? So it's kind of, I just make meditation music. Welcome. Yes, it's live. It just, also, you know, also knowing what to do, knowing the limits of what you can deal with, you know, what you can't deal with, how to, you know, what's your scope of practice, where's the limit to things, you know. Some people, they don't have faith in spirituality, and some people just only believe in the medical system, so that's why, because that's all they know. Right? They never seen energy healing. They've never been part of a spiritual community, and so it's like absurd to them that how spiritual people can actually help people. Would you like to hear my philosophy of life? I just want you to be yourself. That's it. Philosophy is like, yeah, that's how you live your life. Like, let's just hang out and, you know. It's more about being yourself and being happy. And stop pretending and accept it. Yeah, reality, this human reality is not all pleasant, but there's a lot of great things and there's a lot of miserable things too. Yeah. Welcome, Jared. Have you seen energy heal people? Oh, one, of course. That's what we do in here. What do you think's happening when we do this? Just music? But many people don't know the art of healing. Or there's an art form behind it. It's not just vibrational music. It's just... not everyone really wants to know either. Because the people who truly want to know, they can just pay attention and see what's going on. Let me get my mallet. I think it came in. Welcome, Wayne. I listened to you last night about everything you were talking about on live. Thank you. Yeah. I wish more people would be doing it, you know. That's it. That's why we... You know, whenever I'm doing what I'm doing, in the beginning it felt very lonely because it just felt like, well, where's the rest of the people doing this? Then I realized, shoot, it's kind of a lonely journey. Because and even when you thought you find people like you, it's not, they're not sometimes, you know. So to find people who are on the same page is like, whoa. Because there's a lot of people who look spiritual, act spiritual, but then it's not, like, sometimes the authenticity is not what it didn't feel authentic, which can be kind of disappointing at times because, you know, that's how it be. And then I realized, man, just be the thing you're looking for. Be the authenticity. And also, a lot of people have philosophy and knowledge, but not results, which has to be said, right? So that's why I always follow people who are practitioners, not just philosophers and conceptualizers and ideologue or whatever. Because I used to hang out with people like that, and they are always looking to debate and argue on stuff, but there's no result to show for it. And then their energy is like quietly draining while they think they're like the smartest one in the room, while they drain everybody. And no one knows how to deal with them because they just don't listen either. Like, what the it's not like they're terrible people. It's like they just, yeah. Oh, thank you, Lila. Let's see here. It was nice of you to help me, and I sincerely appreciate you. My life is better since meeting you. Something changed and my pain has lowered over the last 4 weeks. Anxiety decreased, and hope you and your family will be blessed. Thank you. I guess I will add that to the testimonial, to your testimonial list. You know, we have, I think at this point, almost 5 pages of testimonials. By Laila. Thank you for the super chat. Laila Andales. Boom. And you've been reported, my mood is back. God is good. I meditated, thought positive, relaxed today. Beautiful. Because you decided to believe in some, right? Because there's nothing to lose, really. It's free here. It's just more about the community inspired you to be open to things, and I'm glad that you have positive results in your life. Let's see here. Brother Huma says, many spiritual people are concerned greatly with what not to do, only to be trapped in spiritual prison, constantly afraid of doing something wrong. A lot. Yeah. Like, basically, like, you don't want to go to hell, basically. And so you end up living in it, right? That's why Bob Marley says, emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Right? Trapped in inaction, many forget that life is experienced fully when we have good action and create positivity. If we fear and focus too much on making a mistake when cooking, we'll never learn to experience good cooking and be positive change. You definitely learn through the mistakes, you know. I definitely did, for sure. Welcome. Something, you know, the info and others are saying the same info, but it doesn't always resonate. But here it did resonate with me, says Lila. People have knowledge, but oftentimes not wisdom. They know the information, but it's not in here. So that's why their convincing feels like a little, it sounds good, but it doesn't feel right. And that is, right, it sounds so convincing. It's like whenever somebody tries to convince you to join a like multi-level marketing, also known as like a pyramid scheme, it sounds good. They're so convincing, but something smells fishy. Like, I don't know. Y'all too positive up in here. It's like really aggressive positivity. The positivity be aggressive as hell around here. It's kind of, I like it, but I don't know. Something's a little off, but at least it's positive. Like, sadly, a lot of things are like that. It just, right. You know what I mean? I think a lot of us have experienced like pyramid scheme, you know, all these things. Amway and whatever, people doing their... I experienced it in Thailand. Like on vacation in Thailand, I experienced people trying, like, I've experienced like the cult mentality of a pyramid scheme. It's like, yeah. And locally too, right? Trying to get you to be part of some group. And it's more about, and it's just, I tried joining and I got so stressed out. I had nightmares the whole time, and then I quit because I realized I was going against my authenticity. And luckily I was able to it's a great lesson. I was able to get all my money back because I was able to quit quickly because I meditated. I was like, okay, no, this is not authentic. This is the wrong way. Right? Because I started losing friends and stuff. Because it tells you to use the warm... They tell you to use the warm market, which is freaking the people closest to you. They use you, and which severs like your closest ties, makes you sell out. And that's a lot of times the beginning of entrepreneurship. What the it's, yeah, but some people are willing to, because that's just part of it, right? If you're that hungry, you're actually, yeah, it's not for everybody, but I'm sure there's some positive stories from this. It's just mine, it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. Do you know in a spiritual way why the illness cystic fibrosis exists? If colloidal silver is... no, I don't know. What is cystic? I guess, what is this? The spiritual... Usually wherever the illness is, it has to do with some emotion in the past. Right? This is more of a spiritual... For example, when somebody has gut health, that has to do with some ego, like... Right? When somebody yells at you, like your father and mother, and they yell at you, and they tell you you're not good enough, you'll never become somebody, right? The solar plexus has a lot to do with your identity. When somebody tells you you're never going to make it anywhere, that sucks, especially coming from your family. So there's a negative thing that happens. The seed that's negative is planted. And every day that you keep remembering your father or mother yell at you that you're not going to make it anywhere, it makes you do the opposite. I want to prove to the world that I can do this. But it has nothing to do with your happiness. It's a response. Like, it's a response to some trauma. Right? So you end up making it in life, but you're still unhappy because you're doing it to prove others wrong, rather than doing it from your heart. So wherever it is in your body, you can tell where it comes from. Right? Of course, this is more spiritual. There's a medical approach to it, right? That's not what we do in here. I see a lot with entrepreneurs, almost as if they use their success to get back to those people who have wronged them. It's natural, right? It's a natural. Seeing the bitter nature of what is of that is what's pushing me more towards forgiveness every day. Shout out to James. Right? Cystic fibrosis is something in the lungs. Right? The lung is around the heart chakra, but it expresses in the throat chakra. Right? Your air, it actually comes from here. So you have to see who suppressed your voice. Right? For example, I had to help a lady with her GoFundMe because she had cancerous lymph nodes. And God, that was a price. That was she taught me so much. I asked her, because I could tell she doesn't believe in healing. Because her attitude, she was just like, she was losing the internal battle. And I asked her, is there something in the past you just can't forgive? And imagine, she said yes. And she like did the look. It's like, imagine the thing that you hate has been, the thing that you didn't forgive has been there for 50 years. Because you just can't forgive. So, right, because the lack of forgiveness, because of trauma, keeps a negative seed that you water for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years. And that seed has grown in your consciousness and become a giant negative tree covering your chakra system, right? Clouds your mind and it makes you glitch. And so it makes you really, and it leads to deep victim consciousness and solidified in just non-healing, which can manifest, right? So imagine the lack of compassion, like somebody may have yelled at her and verbally abused, and she just hasn't forgiven since she was young. And now she was in her 60s or 70s, and she still hold on to resentment. But where do you think that energy is going? Dis-ease starts to blossom, which is a terrible, right? I'm trying to be more and so that's why I'm grateful we can help people heal. So what, how do you help people heal? Show them how to chop down that damn tree. It's a chronic illness in my lungs, harder, mucus, and infections in lungs, and you were born with it. From what I learned is that if you are born with something, the way to improve your health too is serve others, right? Because there's an energy, like if you're born with some quote unquote illness or misfortune, is it just is an accident, or is it a reason why the universe blessed you with that? So the best way is called be an excellent service and start. Imagine you have this thing called your spiritual bank account, right? That's why the good deeds that you do, it actually helps protect you. Or it helps heal you, because imagine in the past you've done some wrong, and that wrong comes right back to you. Unless you just think randomly things happen and all this. Right? I don't believe in random things happen. Everything happens for a reason. And so imagine, so now this concept has to do with past life also, but we don't need to know what the past life is. It means that if you're born with some disharmonious thing this lifetime, in the past you may have done some disharmony, and then you're still blessed with life this lifetime. And right, if you create disharmony in the past that causes harmony, it comes back to you in this lifetime, then you need to create more harmony this lifetime by being a good servant, by supporting people, feeding the homeless, and doing it from your heart, not doing it like, I need healing, so you do it because it's the right thing to do. And also, you need healing, right? So if you have to open up some energetic channel in your consciousness. And the best way is, as you light other people's path, your way also becomes lighter. You feel me? As you light other people's path, your way also becomes brighter. So imagine if you help light 100 people's path, your way becomes a lot brighter. What happens if you help 1,000 people genuinely? So that's why I use the word genuinely, because you can give a homeless person $1. Yes, you're lighting that person's path, right? Helping somebody like become, get rid of their alcoholism. Boom. helping transform somebody's family and life, right? There's different layers of it, right? It could be surface level, like, right? You help somebody, you give them a hug when they're sad, great. But when you help people gain knowledge and love, so that's why the depth of help and healing, the more you gain wisdom, the more you can use that to help others. And as you help others, naturally, your merit or the good deeds that you do, it helps to heal you, right? And others. At the end of the day, you help others, things naturally help you back. People, the universe, and then you help. So it's just a cycle, and to me, that's called the mandala, right? It's good energy flowing now. But if you don't help nobody, you're sad, you're sick, and you complain, a black hole opens, and the disease starts to, right? It spirals negatively, disharmonious. You feel me? I was just sharing with you how, like, you have to know why do things happen, cause and effect. If there's a cause, if there's an effect, you're experiencing something caused it, right? It could be explained scientifically, medically, and also spiritually. So there's different levels of seeing it. And and sometimes the doctor is unexplainable. We don't know how the healing happens. The cancer just started dissolving. We don't know how it happens. How many times you hear that in communities that have miracles? Lots, right? So that's why I'm grateful for energy healing and these philosophies that lead to transformation. But I don't like to talk about it too much because people get too much into philosophy instead of just help people. Help yourself, help people. Be a good servant at the end. Also, thank you to Sister Alexandra and thank you for the Venmo. Thank you so much. Thank you. Welcome, William. Right, and this knowledge that I'm sharing with you has just been passed down as we pay attention more. You start to see. That's why I would never call somebody my master unless I felt they are legit. And it's really rare to find legit masters. But they're there. You just have to be a good student and the master will appear. Because I started noticing, okay, all these people are healing from cancer in this community. Well, shoot, how does he do that? I'm trying to come learn. Is this fake? Right? Is this... But I'm aware of the dangers of that some people think you're faking it, that it's deception and all these things. But when you know it's real, you got nothing to be scared of, because freaking... That's why having a teacher and having a lineage of people who come from a healing background and they do it from their heart, right? That's why we're donation based, because it's the only way to actually... To me, donation-based is the only, genuine way to, to be an instrument for miracles, because it keeps everything pure. Purity is required for miracles to happen consistently. Lila says, let's see. I found that stress can be extremely silent. This has been a major factor in my wellness journey. I had so much stress that I didn't even know it was there until it lowered away. Thank you for sharing that. Welcome, Georgia. And Simply South Florida girl. Yeah. She says, I'm glad for your energy and healing. Thank God. Thank the universe. That's it. It's just love. I'm grateful for the divine love that's present in all things, whether we realize it or not, and learning to tap into it within ourselves is a huge. And everyone has access. It's just the knowledge right? The knowledge needs to be out there. It's just controversial to tell people that you already have the deep connection, because it goes against many narrative that block you from the healing energy, which is sad again. To tell people you got the power, you have the connection, and here's the techniques, can be controversial to the people who've been taught differently, that there's no way, there's only one person that can connect to that nature, and he's gonna return soon. Right? That's one way to have a relationship with the universe. Nothing wrong with it. It's just, do you have results in your life that are happy? And some people do, and that's why we need to be around people who actually have results in their life, not just blind faith with no result. Their children hate them and they're divorced twice already. Like, what the? So that's why you have to be really selective of who you listen to, because it sounds pretty, but then no results, no miracles. And it's like sometimes the standard is so low that people don't even think that about result-driven spirituality. It's more about cult mentality rather than result-driven practices, which makes people so, it makes them so sometimes so crazy, because they have such big faith, but their life is still falling apart. I don't like seeing that. People with the biggest faith, but life falling apart. I want to see people with big faith and big miracle and big healing. And I'm glad that it's happening, at least here in this community. Like Lila just told us, my life is better since meeting you. Something changed and my pain has lowered over the last 4 weeks and anxiety has decreased. That's why I show up, because I know that when the work that you do is genuine, people's life gets better. Because I know the universe, it's not me that's doing it, it's the universe that did that. But we're just creating a container for people to reconnect with that energy called love that's within. That's it. Because when the love is real, the healing is also real. also so many people tell me, keep going. So I just push myself to find a way, work harder, sleep less. Sometimes I sleep more because my body, I F up a little bit, you know. Oh, shoot. What's your schedule now? I stream 4 hours in the morning and 6 hours at night. That's the goal now. Yeah. Generally, right? So there's 2 streams. Yeah. Welcome, Raven. Welcome, James. Yeah, a lot of people are. I'm glad to hear many, like, I think, who is that? Somebody's son is becoming more sober, right? After becoming alcoholic for many years, they finally convinced their family to go on a sober journey. There's a lot of people just having faith in love again. And that's why I wake up every day. They have faith in love again. Like, hell yeah, you know? Because I get tired of seeing people who have like they do their prayer, they go to church, they do everything, and their life is not working out. There's this harm. It's just right, or they go to the temple, they're a really good person, but then their kid takes their own life. To me, that's not okay. How can we help people genuinely, not just routinely go to the temple and go to the church while our life is falling apart? I'm not okay with that, you know. Play something to make Raven fall in love with me. Wait, what? Are they here for the right reason? Welcome, Glamorous Wall and Salty. Somebody not here to love their damn self. It's the 999, that's why, okay. This is a special path, okay, 999. They don't know our motto is called love your damn self. Oh, okay. That's why you brought them. Okay. Welcome to Mystic Village. Another one. Welcome, Sister Mira. We got Michael on France Crosby, or Baby Divine. We got EO Vamps. Let's get some cinematic vibes cooking. How about a little lo-fi vibe just to get some music flowing? Lo-fi. Let's see here. G major here. Just one song and then we'll come back to the podcast style.
Mani
Welcome, everybody. Yeah, I stream in America time, and in America, everybody's at work, school, college, not online. So there's a lot of people from UK and other countries right now, and other mystic practitioners, mystic villagers. Yeah. And so I'm grateful for that we can reach many time zones. You know, it's not easy. Grateful for the technology. Technology. p.m. It's 2 p.m. I might have to go meditate at 4 p.m. It's just my group's not responding. I have a group of friends. It's 3 of us, me and 2 other person, and we've been meditating for over 10 years. So that is part of my that's one of my disciplines, right? Also, to be part of a friendship that's that long, that meditates together, it's dope. It's like, okay, we actually have devotion. So I'm grateful for committed practitioners in life. It makes life more richer that you're around people with commitment and here for the marathon. And it takes time to find. You don't know what who those people will be, but just be that person who's committed and devoted. Will you remember this moment in a few hours? Will you remember this moment in a few hours? Most likely not. But I will be busy enjoying the moment. So that's why we make music, to help people be present and breathe. That's why I just make live music all the time, because it's just straight from the heart. And then, I guess when you've been doing it for years, you get better at it, right? You get. Right. The thing is, when you have a lot of skills, you don't want to tell everybody. Like, you don't want to tell everyone you can cook, or else they'll ask you to cook too much. But whenever you bring out, when you cook once in a while, you're like, oh yeah. I'm drinking some white tea for the first time in a long time, maybe a year. Over a year. This is the bougie white tea also. It's the last of it. It's called Silver Needle, which is from Yunnan. Silver Needle is like the pinky up, maybe almost double pinky up white tea. Good for mellowing you out. Oh yeah. But I like the other white tea too. That's oh, thank you, Travis. Yeah, I focus more on creating a more podcast environment with a side of music. You know, yeah, Naruto music. Somebody, you want Naruto music? You got. Gotta change to maybe this is more stronger. Usually it's G or A, G. You have to have the fish drum. Yo. That's just not. That was my thing, not Naruto's. Okay. Lots of Japanese. I got a decent amount of Japanese flute in here. Yeah. Maybe like 5 Japanese flutes. Only like a couple from Japan. One from Australia. One made in America. Is there a DZ? No, the only Chinese instrument I have would be this right here, a shao. this is more of a cheaper version. That's why I can't do the higher register very well. Which it is, yeah. This is kind of not the cheapest one, but it's enough to get the good tone from the... Right, whenever you mess with different octaves, if the flute is not professional, it'll be kind of raspy. Right? This is more... This is the Thai flute right here, Klui, which is a recorder at the end of the day. And this is more professional. This is passed down from my uncle who passed away actually. And this is a really good flute. So it just, the universe already was gonna doink me with the flute. Like, doink, your path, you're gonna be playing a flute this lifetime. Like, really? So this was just sitting in my, like, this was just hanging on my wall for like the longest time because I didn't play the flute for a really long time, and then it happened out of the blue. The doink, and like, doink, flute life for you. I'm like, really? Yeah. Yeah, I started playing the 5th grade recorder, which I don't count that because everybody played it in America. My heart will go on. And like, oh god, the cat just died across the street. And then I got into, I go to a temple here in Houston as a kid, yeah. And I played instruments, and I like to play multi-instrument. One of them was a flute, and I kind of was an intermediate, or I would say beginner at it. Let's say intermediate, right? Enough to sound good. So this is it. That's like the first song that you learn. Actually, I could do a whole song right now. Because my main thing in a Thai group that I played was play the drums. these songs. Right, so all these songs are written down, or there's like you read the notes and then you play it over and over, and that's a classical, right? It's a classical song because it's just passed down. Dead Chrome says, I just had a mini heart attack, but I just want to calm down a bit. Oh. You might want to get it. I'm not sure who you should call somebody. Tell somebody locally. Right? Because a mini could lead to a major, right? Yeah, you should. Oh, not literally. Okay. You mean you had a panic attack or your anxiety? How you start experiment? Oh, okay. Yeah, just want because we actually deal with a lot of actual. How did you start experimenting with live looping? Right here. There's I don't know if you could see it, but I started with a loop station because I'm a live performer and I didn't have other people drumming with me, so I just needed some background somehow, and then it turned into this thing. Let's do a relaxing thing for Dead Chrome first, okay? There you go. Welcome, Lucia Lynn. Carolina's here. Johnny John John. Chillin' with May. Kindness for Critters and shout out to Laos. Sound shaman Thanet. I just want to be useful Thanet, that's all. The sound helps it, you know. Sound helps to move the mind, right? That's why there's different tones. Like whenever I'm here with you, we have just like the keyboard here has. Ooh. I appreciate the larger font on the right. Yeah. Because the thing is, when people are familiar with certain sounds, like it doesn't help it. It's too background. So when you shift it towards a more cultural sound, right? Like if people are worried in their head and out of nowhere, you bring out the flute. Their brain changes because they don't hear that music all day, right? We're listening to different kind of music throughout the day. And it's live, natural music, acoustic, right? And in the air. And so when we do throat chanting, right, it's a sound that most people have rarely heard of unless you're spiritual, right? Unless you like have explored spiritual music, then you and what that does, it just helps dissolve the mind rapidly, because that sound, you know, you have to practice a lot to A lot easier for me to actual drum, so. Which is a lot with shamanism, right? Because it's inspired by, because animals actually make those noises, like mooses and bear, they growl, and right. So it's very primitive, which helps us to get out of our damn heads. And also, it's fun, you know, when you do it in a meditation hall, like, ooh, it's like Gregorian chanting, saying. So every culture has some sacred sounds to help us. When you hear that, you're like, I'm trying to chill right now. Turn on some Halo. Let me get in the warthog. Whatever they call it. Yeah, because it's relatable, you know. Now, I grew up with some family friend who had Xbox. I did not have Xbox, but every time we played, I was always trying to play Halo because it's a dope game. And then as we got older, he wanted to one-on-one all the time. I didn't understand the one-on-one aspect. Apparently, it was a big deal. And so the music from the Halo, right? It's very relatable, and there's some spiritual aspect to that game, right? Because they did think about it too, right? Just like how like Final Fantasy is popular because there's this music, right? The music is emotional. That's why I call it cinematic sound healing journey. What we do in here. Because it takes us on a journey that helps us to dissolve our daily stress. That's why you hear the. So a lot of the music I make is inspired by the cinematic sound, you know, journey. And then I play the flute. You know. Here, I'll give you a taste. Looks like somebody needs some sound healing anyways. So that's a cinematic. But the ambience in the background matters, right? We can be inspired by the Gregorian chanting also. basically. Of course, I don't do too much of that technique, just once in a while, because it can be too emotional for some people to listen and digest, right? Because that's why, but when we approach it in a more cinematic experience, it makes sense. So when I tell people it's more of a cinematic sound journey, they get in this, right? There's a transportation that happens in their mind that dissolves their stress and takes them to Halo or, wherever what's that one movie, Avatar, right? So it helps people to let go quickly using that technique. And also, the backgrounds that I use help a lot to transport. I don't try to rely on it too much. It's just an add-on, right? When people don't expect it, right? When they see this vibe and then I do this and I do that, they're like, hey, yo, what the? So it adds to it, because you don't want to do too much in the beginning. You want to slowly add things, layer. You know what I mean? So there's definitely an art form happening, but it's like subtle that, it's more about the music and the general vibe. Elysium. Because I'm definitely inspired by the celestial vibe and, that kind of energy. Because it's inspiring to have faith that there's some magic in life, right? That's why people believe in angels. Because life's so damn boring, having some faith makes it more interesting. For real. Like UFOs and stuff, that's interesting. That's why people are into it, Going to work and coming back home sometimes can be unfulfilled, especially if you don't like your job, But with the cinematic vibe and all these things But the cinematic vibe we do in here is called sound healing, right? Because a lot of it, we're making it live, not for a movie. We're making the music for your experience. Right. And that's what I love. Yeah. Cinematic healing. Because when you're watching a movie, it ends. But when you're here, it just here constantly in a more. Even when you go to like a Catholic church, the Ave Maria, like that's, right? Ave Maria. You're like, that's dope. Whenever I eat, that's like one of the best part of being a wedding videographer. You got to hear Ave Maria a lot at the cathedral with the big old organ, All right, bring the candle to Maria. All right, and now you have the video them walking over to the. Bring the flowers, right? I think it's the flowers. Offer flowers, and that's when the opera singer hits. Very inspiring for sure. That's sound healing, right? The bells, even the water, right? They have a flowing water inside of the cathedral. Like that's really inspiring. So they got some really good aspects of healing, right? There's flowing water in the sanctuary. Even in Buddhist culture, like they spread water on a stick. It's like a bamboo stick that's like, it looks like a brush. You dip it in the water, that's holy, and then the monk does tss, 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 tss. So water is definitely a really good cleansing ritual and experience that people sometimes, and that's why we sit in the rain or walk through the rain. Like sometimes y'all need to just go out and just enjoy the rain. Like, all right, we're going for a rain walk today. Feel the rain. It's beautiful. And putting your feet into the river while it's flowing. Oh, it's dope. I can't sing Ave Maria, but I can whistle it like on point. Because that's what I used to do as an ASMR artist in the past. Like I used to do ASMR, and I used to. When you are in your seated position, are you sitting on your feet? Yes, right now I am sitting on my feet, yeah. But I have this cushion, but I don't have to, right? Whenever you meditate long time, does it apply pressure? Yeah, it does. But I adjust. Like for example, since I sit for an abnormal amount of time on the floor, I do stretch my leg out like this to make sure I'm healthy. And sometimes I just sit in different types of ground seating. Right, for example, sometimes I'll go into the side, in Thai they call papia, the folded. Right, it's more a folded position, right, which helps you to like be flexible. Right. I know it's really why would somebody sit? It's culture. Thai people, when they go to the temple, they all sit like this. They rarely sit in cross-legged position. When we're playing music, right? This is the traditional way. If you're having a concert of music and everyone's sitting on the floor, everyone has to sit like this. That's part of the culture, and it keeps you healthy and flexible, right? And you can switch sides too, right? Switch side here. Of course, when you meditate a lot, there's so many ways to sit, right? You could do, as you saw, the cross-legged position. This is the most beginner, right? Because you just sit like this. My knees are on my leg. Then we have the half lotus on the right side here. You can do it on the left side too, right? Half lotus here. You could do the full lotus on both sides, right side. Of course, it's because it didn't used to be like this. I had to practice to get it this. You have to break your form. You can also switch it to the other side, right? And then you can also do I like to call it the lily pad. You're just flat, right? Knees on the ground almost, right? Yeah. And you can stretch it out even more, right? Which definitely is my range. Yeah. And the reason when your mind is flexible, your body also becomes flexible. Right? So when negativity comes to my mind, you know what I do? I do the matrix. Oh, no thank you. Because my body's flexible through discipline. So when people sometimes are negative or negative things happen, I see it and then I just do the matrix. Unless I have to deal with it, then I just face it, fix it, heal it, love it, let it go. But you have to stay humble because it's not about looking spiritual and acting spiritual, but it's about authenticity and a life that's fulfilled. But looking spiritual matters because it helps people take you more seriously. Unfortunately, sometimes it brings a lot of people judging you. Like whenever I wear this thing, I get a lot more negativity from religious people. Right. Because they feel something. They sense something's going on and they don't like it. I'm like, that's what I notice. When I don't have this, right? Normie, like, oh shoot, right? Just that. To them, because that's what they see, right? It's ego, because it doesn't matter what I'm wearing. But to them, damn, there's a lot more bots on the kick. Lots of kick fam bots. How do you block that keyword kick fam? Because I'm trying to kick the kick fam on this. Right? Can you imagine the people that believe we are living in a simulation? It's on the, yeah, it's, no, the thing is, when people tell me that we are living in a simulation, there's nothing wrong with it. That's just what they believe. Because, even if it is a simulation, yay, okay, now what? Great, sometimes we're just stuck on, sometimes we're just stuck on philosophy. I don't care. Okay, now, yeah, the simulation is our perception. We're perceiving things that you can redefine perception as a simulation coming from your mind. Great. Now what? Sometimes we're just stuck on philosophy, ideology, and we're unhappy with our life, but we're just good at thinking about different ideology and philosophy that we're not happy. I don't, that's why I call it result-driven life. I just want to be happy. I want you to be happy genuinely. Right? Do you think that you're happy, or are you actually genuinely fulfilled in life? But I'm so broken yet. You're not the only one. You're broken, but you're still here. Apparently, many people have been broken, and you can heal and fix yourself, improve yourself. Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's on the other platform that is like, I don't know how to. I probably can. Let me do it real quick. Actually, add keyword. Let's see. Let's see here. Nope, there's no hotkey. It's okay. Welcome, Martial Arts Inc. I do have to leave in around 20 something minutes. I had to go meditate with my homies, my 10-year meditation group. There are times when there is sadness along the way, but all good. Yes, even the Buddha taught that when, this reality, this life, there's pain, but suffering is optional, right? Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Your body feels the pain, but at least it heals, right? But whenever you get angry at like trauma, right? The trauma, we hold on to the negative things in the past in our mind, then we suffer because we keep pressing and remembering the negativity. But it's something in our mind that's illusionary. But in the mind, it's real. But in the moment, that's gone. But if you don't learn how to let go of negativity, every day we get, every day we remember who hurt us, and they continue to hurt us, but the person that's hurting us is our ignorance, because we could just be focusing on the moment. And so until we learn to do that, right? I used to do the same. I wake up thinking I'm a failure, or people pick on us, or we become, we live in a more victim consciousness, and it's terrible. It makes you just unhappy with life. Or as you're walking, you just randomly think how that person, how you did wrong in the past, or how other people did you wrong, and you focus on nothing but wrongness, and your life feels wrong because that's what you focus on, which is also known as law of attraction in the Western world, right? You become your own enemy. Family court judges hurt innocent. Well, you can just say people hurt people every day. There's no perfect system. Be the change we wish to see in the world. And if you see that, if you are willing to stand up and fight for these issues, do your part. We have enough people complaining about a billion things and doing nothing to contribute to the solution. That's why I stopped partaking in friendships that just complain all day without taking action to improve humanity. If you see a problem with the court system, and are you willing to stand up for it? If not, then you're wasting your voice with no action. Yeah. So in here, we tackle depression, self-deletion, negativity, misery, and we do that with mentoring people how to be more optimistic, how to be more positive, how to breathe, how to let go of things that don't serve you. And we do it for free, right? A lot of times people need help, but they don't have access to it. And so this is like a living healing space. And we have a lot of committed practitioners who are here on a daily basis. And so it's beautiful. Do you see important things happening in 2026? I see important things happening every day. It's more about what are you willing to do every day to make to embody the important changes on the planet. Right? It's more about the micro steps rather than the big step. Because if we all just take micro step together, humanity takes one giant step forward. But we're waiting for governments to make giant steps. And then it doesn't happen, then we get angry. But if we just collectively do our part, things, right, things change in the world because we're all doing our part. Because the collective is powerful, but if the collective moves when everyone unites on a common purpose, that unifies us. Because sometimes many people become more divisive, right? They want to walk forward with these. Right? It's not a collective issue. It's like a tribal issue. My tribe has these values, their tribe. But when there's a genuine collective issue, everyone actually gets together and we move forward. And that's when humanity really rapidly grows. Yeah. The tribal thing doesn't move that fast. It's slow. But the genuine collective growth is rapid because everyone's willing to do their part. And it's not a divisive one, it's a unifying thing, which is amazing. And the internet helps us to rapidly do that. Yeah. Right? Because before we didn't have internet. What did we use to collectively? Well, we got together at church or temple. We watch TV, but we don't really know what the hell's going on. Right? But now with the internet, the communication is so freaking rapid that we learn the truth a lot more faster. And if the truth is false, we'll also learn it rapidly if we have an open mind. Which is amazing. So you have to be willing to observe, yeah. Because we like the truth. And whenever we catch people lying about the truth over and over, the collective knows we're not dumb. Sometimes we have to act dumb because if we don't act dumb sometimes, some people will be tripping out because they're so tribal. Right? So you have to no, I don't know. But that's why humanity is where it's at, because of the collective energy. Right? So the goodness and the negative, but if it's negative enough, the collective energy will naturally move towards where it needs to be. Yeah. It seems like they think that we're all... Unfortunately, it's not that they think that way, it's that close-minded people oftentimes think that they're right, and when they're wrong, they don't admit it because of ego. And that's why I don't hang around people who's not willing to look at everything, because you've been captured ideologically or by your tribe, that you don't want to see the collective truth that actually makes the world a better place, but just your tribe only. And that's not right. That's not the tribal energy is part of the collective, but it's not. But it thinks that's right. It thinks that some people in that tribe think that's the whole universe. But the people who are willing to be humble and step back and see the big picture, you start seeing, oh wait, you're here too? Shh. And so quietly the collective energy shifts while staying under the radar of the tribalism, which is so beautiful. It's like Mother Earth. Right? On the surface level, right, a storm could happen, but to Mother Earth, she's like got us. Like, I've been here for longer than y'all, by the way, chill. I don't need, right? It's like a giant forest, right? The giant forest is connected through the root system, and it naturally helps. Right? Yeah, maybe some people come to destroy parts of the forest, but the collective forest is connected through all of the earth, right? That's why it's just beautiful. It's just one. It's a one organism. It's a one light, one love, and we're also part of it too. That's the beautiful part, right? Because we're eating the food, we're breathing the air, we're drinking the water, the same water that's always been here on the planet. By the way, we're breathing the same air. People thousands of years were breathing the same water, People may judge and, what kind that is it dirty, clean, but it's the same one. I'm glad that, we have it, period. So you taught me pretty early on that the one who actively meditates is doing more for peace than those who are arguing about who should have it. That kind of comment will piss a lot of people off. Because it's the truth. I'm like, man, all these people screaming for world peace, they're generating a bunch of negativity. Without right, law of attraction, if you generate more negative, how can that be peaceful? It's not. But the ego doesn't want to see that. Like, that's called law of attraction, right? You're every day, right? World peace. Like, oh, you're saying world peace, but you're more, right? Negativity for the world. It's the energy that you say it at. But they don't know that because they lack, or they do know it, but they don't want to recognize it because the ego doesn't like to, right? It would destroy the ego to see that wisdom. So that's why keeping people ignorant and keeping them force-fed the tribalism thingy keeps people asleep, which is why it's called the Matrix, the narrative machine or whatever. Stay asleep, play the game. Don't be doing this one love thingy. Don't start stepping back and see the bigger picture. Just follow what we tell you to think, do, act, and feel. One love is what I'm guided by, and I'm just glad that the reason this community is peaceful is because we actually, practice the one love. Is it difficult to maintain? Absolutely. That's why we need so many moderators here. That's why I stream so much, because authenticity, like community, what we do here is something we're building a community. It's not like a content. I'm not here as a content creator. I'm here as more of a community leader, which is why the authenticity is different, right? Content creator just do things, click, view, subscribe, like, follow, right? But community creator is more about how can we help improve your life and humanity and make what we're doing here work too, right? That's it. You have to have balance. That's why when I see many communities get into deep talks, but they don't have space to clear the energy, right? The music in here help to clear a lot of energy. Because it reminds you to breathe. Thank you, Carbon Jaguar. Breathing in, be aware you're breathing in. Breathing out, be aware that you're breathing out. And relax. Deep talks can really energize, but keep the energy center, And a little smile. Enjoy your day. No shame. Let yourself be happy. I am enough. I allow myself to enjoy my life today, no matter what I did in the past. When I know better, I do better. No matter what they did to me, how it happened, I let the past that doesn't serve me go. And enjoy the present moment. Gotta go block some people on some bots on Kick real quick here. So what's the keyword? Kick fam? Kick fam. So throughout your day, remembering to breathe like that helps you to reduce your anxiety. Here, I'll give you a technique that I use. I used to be a server at the Cheesecake Factory, and I was super anxious all the time that I mess up my orders until I learned how to meditate while at work secretly. So I would come to the computer and I would stare at the screen. First, I noticed I was getting anxious and worrying. I would stare at the computer screen and just give myself a positive, all right, breathe, relax. So it looks like I'm using the computer, but I'm actually breathing. I'm like just coming there to like dissolve my stress at work. So I'll just stare at the screen and give myself maybe 10 seconds to just, you're doing a good job. Keep your anxiety low. Trust yourself. Believe in yourself, be positive. You can do this, man, right? Could be anything like that. So if you're at work at a computer and you're anxious, just look at the screen and pretend that you're working and just relax, yeah. And just do some positive, thank you for my life. So you have to put in some effort to transform your life. Right? If you don't put no effort, no transformation, no miracles. And you can always come back to the super duper basic, which is narrating your breath. Mentally, You mentally say, breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I'm aware that I'm breathing out. And take your time to breathe. And also check your body. When your body's anxious, you're doing all this tapping. And you're storing stress like this. You're like at the computer screen just doing this. Like you're playing video. Like, bro. Better. Yeah. Your forehead be looking like a canal. Shoot. What is that? The Mariana Trench on your forehead? Relax, okay? It could be your shoulder, right? When you're at work and you're really stressed, your shoulder will be like this. And you can feel it. Whoa. Sometimes you clench your jaw. A lot of people at work when you're stressed, right? You do it. God, people be effing their body up bad. Just doing all of it. And now they're on their 5th cup of coffee by lunchtime. Like, you should not be drinking that much coffee, sister. I know it's free, it's a Keurig, I know, but dang, calm that down. It's like he's at work with me. You don't have to drink doubles every time, you know what I mean? Many anxious people drink a lot of coffee. And the worst thing to drink, let me just say it. Starbucks. Please. If you're deeply anxious and you can't manage it, cut the Star Shucks, okay? For real. Because there's a lot of sugar. Like you're drinking, like, unless you're buying a small, okay? I get it. Whatever the size is. Bebe, Bente, Grande, whatever, you know. Most people ain't getting a small. They go, can I get is it the biggest one, Vente? I used to do Uber Eats, so I go to Starbucks to pick up coffee all day. And I look at one receipt. 6 shot of espresso, 7 pump of vanilla, extra whipped cream, caramel, and sea salt with oat milk. I'm like, damn, they wired in there just. Hi, welcome. Welcome to Mystic Nail Salon. How are you doing today? Hi. Right, you're so wired. Hi, welcome to the Mystic Village. Oh, you have a reservation? Like, oh, thank you. Yeah, they'll be right up. Like, oh, shoot. And then, like, the clients have to match your energy because you're so wired. Hi, yes, I'm here. Yeah, I think that's called tweaking. And then you end up being so stressed out. In between job, you gotta go to your car and hit the vape real quick. Like, bro. 5 days a week. 5 days a week. You know what I mean? Take a break from that. Because whenever your heart rate's that high, you start sweating in places that don't really sweat. Like your ears start sweating. Like, hey, what the? Right? Because your heart rate, you're sitting still. Your ears start like, the. You know what I mean? Like, what the? Your nose starts sweat. You're just sitting there because your body's like out disharmonious, so it starts excreting more. Like the AC is on. You sweating? Because you have to. Because when you do too much caffeine, too much sugar, that's all fire energy, right? All that fire, right? So that's why it's called acidic, right? Acidic. So to balance it, you know, leafy green vegetables. Like people when they see vegetables, it's like, oh no, not that poison. It's just spinach, damn it. Don't show me anything green. Kale? Oh hell no. Not the kale, bro. Kale salad. Right? It's like they not the devil's lettuce, actual lettuce. I was told not to drink icy drinks, even though I love it. I have false fire. Have you tried Dubai chocolate? Oh, for sure. Okay, I have a limited amount of time, 10 more minutes here. So enjoy it. Thank you so much, because I have to go meditate soon. Thank you. I really don't know what. Yeah. I just pay attention to my organs. If I start feeling some discomfort, I know reduce my salt and sugar. Because it's delicious, you know what I'm saying? When my body starts feeling weird, you know what I do? I cut the salt and sugar and eat more leafy green vegetables. Because your body's talking to you. So if you just keep eating fruits and vegetables and reduce the salt. And sadly, oh God, the thing that has the most salt in the damn world is instant noodle. It F you up. But I want y'all to go pick up an instant noodle pack and look at how much sodium is in there. So much. It's like 1,600 milligram or something like that in a little, and they dilute it into right. So and there's terrible. Now I grew up eating mama noodle. Okay, Thai people, we eat mama. Tom yum noodle. That's my comfort food. Right. It hits the spot. So, you know, especially the weather's cold, or maybe it just rained. I just got done with a rain meditation. That mama noodle be hitting. But every time I eat it, it F's my body up. So, yeah. Blue Valerian tea, Vervain tea. I see tea as today. I'm drinking some white tea. If you drink enough tea, you start to see how it affects you and how it helps balance. So I drink tea for a more spiritual reason. But white tea is really good at it's really grounding, calming, and expensive, but not always. Right. There's some flying snow jasmine tea, like jasmine tea, that's really delicate. It's good for helping you feel beauty and love. Whenever you have low self-esteem and you smell the jasmine that you drink, I'm beautiful. Right? You start feeling better because you feel beauty. right? When you smell flowers and you drink flower. But if you're more bougie, then you'll enjoy more of the different types of oolong tea, tea guan yin, the da hong bao, the big red robe, right? And then there's many exotic types. I mainly drink tea for my nootropic experience, right? It helps. I drink it for the sharpness of my mind and focus. So Dragon Well green tea, I drink for that. And matcha. Matcha is really good to help you focus because it has a lot of L-theanine, right? All these green teas. Coffee don't have none of that. Coffee is good for waking you up and getting you to work. I don't want to go to work. Just pop 2 Keurigs in real quick and you're going to work. Grind the beans. Get your espresso machine ready. You're going to work for sure. Or English, if you're in the UK. Pinkies up. English breakfast tea with a little honey, lemon, and cream. This, from talking to people in UK, half of the people drink tea and half drink coffee. But I'm sure the people who drink tea also drink coffee too. Yeah. There is only black tea except green. Everything comes from the same tree, generally, right? Earl Grey, yeah. Right. All the tea, because it's the way you process it. Like green tea, you leave it out in the sun for a certain amount of time. Yeah, and then right, white tea, you leave it for a lot less, and then maybe you ferment it, right? You just leave it there, right? You store it a long time. And green tea, oolong tea is partially roasted, and sometimes roasted multiple times. And black tea is completely roasted and was found by accident. It's like, oops, we actually burnt the green tea. And then they realize, holy, there's a lot more caffeine in black tea because of the fire, right? The fire that they used to roast it. They over roasted the green tea, which made black tea. Yeah. And so they use a lot of, back then, that's what soldiers chug black tea and go into battle. So much energy. Because or beer and mead. Get drunk and go to battle. I guess that's a good. Never had mead before. Yeah. What is that? Just when you think you know it all, when somebody comes up and does you have your tea. Yeah, like the smoke, the oolong tea is some of it is parts. There's a oolong that's roasted, and then there's a greener oolong. It's like how different. Right, some of them are aged for 10, 20 years, which becomes more medicinal tea. Honey wine. Oh, okay. Honey wine. Shoot, I gotta go to the UK and see what that's about. I have to go to a Irish pub with my lads. Cheering for Manchester. wait. Hey. Where are you from? I was born in Thailand but raised in Houston. Yeah. My father plays a lot of soccer, so growing up I hear a lot of that, soccer game. The two same narrator guys who were just like, we're at the Premier League, right? Just kind of. Yeah, the culture is very, very dense, for sure. There's a lot of chanting, and from my outsider observation, if your team loses, they might go and destroy some cars on, or when, who knows what will happen, right? The team lost. Is that a thing? People get angry. Yeah, sports is very. It's called hooliganism. It's like a word that I almost don't want to remember or add to my life because that's not gonna. And that's a lot of hooliganing. Parents would get into fist. Yeah. I can see that. It's just sometimes your life's bored. And that's what part of culture, right? Thank you, William. In Houston, we don't have as much of the, yes, people are hardcore, like sports fan, Astros fans, and Houston Texans fan. But if you're from the hood, it's more north side and south side. What's up, cut? That's more wet, What rasa are you from? Anyways, 3 ohms, and thank you so much for your time. I'll be back tonight, and my energy getting better. We'll see. So here we go. Breathing in. Inhale. Thank you, Michael. And in. Please love your damn self. Michael says, thank you for all the information you relayed the last couple of days. My friend John has been listening to some of your playlists at bedtime and has gotten some rest. Beautiful. Getting better this morning and staying positive. Stay positive. If you're lost in your life, realize that you're just finding your way. Change your mentality, change your perception, change your attitude, change your direction if you don't like where you're going. The end. Thank you, everybody. I see y'all whenever I see you. Thank you, Mitch, Aniki, Morgan, Muso, Gula. Thank you for the conversations.